for having me.
Thank you so much for deciding to spend your Friday with us this morning. Let's speak about the music. This one is very interesting, and it sounds like there's a lot of different sounds that are coming into one, especially this one in particular, right? When we speak about Afro-folk and soul, how did you decide on the mix and textures of the music that you give to us?
I'd say it's really just like the influence that other people's music has had on me. And so what has spoken to me most is being that kind of music. And so I find that with my voice and how I can best express myself was through these genres. So yeah, music is music and music is lovely and all genres are beautiful. But I resonate more with these sounds, I'd say.
I mean, you're born in
Yeah.
Cape Town, raised in rural Eastern Cape. That's a very musical space to be brought up, right? Tell us a little bit about your background and your connection to music. Where did it actually start, especially from that backdrop of where you come from?
Yeah, so I was actually born in the Eastern Cape.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, growing up in the Eastern Cape, it's like there's so much music around you. You know, when you're kids and you're like in primary school and you like just there's this traditional dances and we used to do a whole lot of that. We danced to drums and we're just singing and there's church as well where that's just had like such a huge impact on my life musically because I sang a lot in church. I was in school choirs a lot. So school, church, just community, yeah, just being in those spaces. That's where the music comes
Yeah.
from.
Let's speak about your journey, especially the one before you released your debut single in 2022. That one was titled I'll Wait. But to get to that point, I'm pretty sure there was a bit of a journey that came across to bring in that confidence to finally release music. Talk to us about that.
Oh, what a journey! So beautiful. Making music is beautiful. You know, you aspire to be something, right? When you grow up, you aspire to be like these people that you see, these great artists, and so you find yourself in those spaces and studios and those events and all of that stuff. And so for me, that journey was kind of a beautiful one, but also like kind of a self discovery journey because yeah, like I created so much music back then, but it was music that kind of did not resonate with me. And I'm super, super glad it didn't get anywhere because, like, I would look back now and I'd cringe. But yeah, it's just the journey of self discovery as well, where you create stuff and in the moment you're like, yeah, I wanted to get somewhere, I wanted to be something, I want to be something. But then the maybe the response is not as great, or the response from people, or just your relationship with the song is not doesn't you just don't resonate with the song. And I'm just so like that journey is beautiful. And yeah, so before that debut single there was a whole lot of color, a whole lot of trying, a whole lot of trying and nothing. And then there was a moment of let me calm down, chill, relax, come back to myself and see what it is that I actually like, what it is, who am I, you know? Because yeah, as a person you grow as well. And so I was much younger then, and now I'm like much older and wiser, and I guess feel like I found my sound, I feel like I found myself in a way. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's beautiful. I mean, how do you navigate that? Because that's tricky, right? Because every musician tries, different influences and tries to find their place with the music. But it's probably going to be, like, as you say, a trial and error thing. How did you actually keep going? Because people trial and error and something doesn't work and then they just give up. What was the thing
Yes.
that kept you kind of like, you know what, I still want to pursue going? And what did you try that actually took you in the direction that you wanted to go to?
Yes. So it was more so just like stepping back and just realizing that I've got to pivot. I've got to hold back on what I'm doing. And for me, it was really the silence, like the sitting down, the coming back to myself, putting the music down, trying other things out. You know, I went to film school. I worked in film for a little bit, and in that time, in those years where I put the music down, I was still playing music for myself. I was still enjoying music for myself. I was still, in my own little space. I would sit there and music would be my healing. After a long week, I'll just sit there and like just play and I'll sing and I'll write something and I found that still gave me so much joy. I still enjoyed music. It gave me so much life, after a long day, after a long week. If I was feeling heavy, music still gave me that, And so it just now became not about creating music for people or creating music for the industry or creating music for music to go out there. It was more so, I'm going to create this music because I love this music, I'm going to create this music because this music gives me life.
Yeah.
And so it's such a beautiful feeling when the music that gives you life gives other people life. So that for me was the journey, just stepping back, sitting down, finding myself, finding that I actually do love the music. The music makes me so happy. And so, yeah, that's what it was for me.
I love
realizing that I could do it for myself.
Yeah. Stay on the line, Mishy. We're going to take a short break and we'll come back and continue exploring. There's, quite a defining moment where you decide to even change the language in which you sing in. And I think I'd like to bring that in, how your own self-discovery and growth has come in and translated into your music. But also, there's a lot that you've done from being a resident at Amagroove to being a curator. That's quite a big step, and we'll chat a little bit about that in the second half of this conversation.
Conversations are happening, and Channel Africa is at the heart of them. We tell the African story with clarity, pride, and purpose, reaching audiences that matter to your brand. Partner with us and connect your business with listeners across borders in multiple languages and markets. For partnership opportunities, sponsorship, or sales, email us at partnership@channelafrica.co.za. Channel Africa, the African perspective. The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more. Step into the heart of the day, on the move, with Palesa and Benjamin. Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa Tau on the move.
Kutala ndizama ndimane ndisiwa
Hey, 23 minutes past 11 o'clock Central African time. That tune sounds like a very deep well, a well of wisdom coming from a very young musician, Mishy Kope, an Afro-folk and soul musician who's joining us today. That one is titled Sana Lam. Hey, Mishy, that was very deep. I mean, it's interesting, that musicians today, and I don't know what's happening, are actually taking the baton from the generation before. I wonder when I listen to you, I mean, who inspires you? I mean, we've got a huge lineage of influences in South Africa, female vocalists. So there's a lot of influences that you can get there, but there's probably other international influences that you draw from. Who were you listening to become such a musician with so much depth and thought?
Yeah, so yeah, that's a hard one because I am so young, yes. But yeah, growing up, my influences were literally the greats. I listened to a lot of Mama Letambulu's music. I listened to a lot of Brenda Fassie. I was listening to a lot of Lebo Matosa. I listened to a lot of Thandiswa Bazwai. So those are the influences. And so for me, I find so much value and so much substance, in that generation of musicians, because it's music that speaks to the people. It's music that is for the people and about the people, and I appreciate music that that carries a message. I appreciate music that when you listen to it, you feel like, yeah, here I walked away with something. If I'm going through something, I can listen to this for the lyrics and for the sound of the thing. So yeah, those were my influences.
Let's speak about your decision to sing in your home language, isiXhosa, because after your debut single, you took that decision and like, oh, you know what, I really want to explore singing in my mother tongue. Was it a depth that you were looking for that sometimes can only be experienced through the home language and the way that we express ourselves when we speak in our own languages?
Yeah, so English is a beautiful language. We all speak English. We all love English, and and all that. But English is such a saturated language. There's so much things in English.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard to connect, in a deeper way. Sometimes it just feels like it's just on the surface level, because you hear these words all the time. You feel these words all the time. They are repeated in conversation. You listen to songs. It's English, 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 English. It feels like it's like on the surface level. It doesn't get to the soul in a way. Some things do, but a lot of the times musically, for me at least, and so I'd always wanted to write in isiXhosa. I'd always wanted to write in isiXhosa. I tried. I could read and write in isiXhosa in general, but like artistically, musically, creatively, I could not. I tried and tried and tried, and it was one of those again where I had to like step back and just like, relax, listen to myself, and just not try, and just be calm with it. And I don't know, it came out of nowhere. I yearned for it, and then it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, now I've got it. Now I've got to take advantage of it.
Nice.
And I did. I took advantage of it, and happy about that decision.
Yeah, I love the "you're" in that response. Almost like, yeah, I love this language, and I love the fact that you do love your sense of where you come from and who you are, because it is really reflective in the music. You're part of the Groove residency. Tell us a little bit about that and your involvement there.
Yeah, so I became a part of this year's residency, Summer Groove. Such a beautiful space where artists from Denmark, artists from South Africa are brought together, and we were on the countryside. We were in the space that just allowed for creativity to happen, and that is just so important. As artists, sometimes we have all these ideas, we have the feels, we have maybe the lyrics or the feels or whatever it is, but having the space to just go all in and to also be surrounded by people that share share the same vision, share the same passion, you know. It's just a beautiful experience. And so that was a beautiful week of just like creating. We walked away with so many songs. Like I experimented with like different genres, and you just people from everywhere have a story to tell. And that's such a beautiful thing for me. You know, you could come from different continents, but it's beautiful how music can bring people together, how our stories are, how stories align, you know, different cultures, different languages, but musically those worlds all come together. And so it's a beautiful time.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Mishy, for hanging out with us today. It sounds like an incredible journey that's really still beginning, and it's going really, really far, especially with the influences you speak about, the spaces that you try to find yourself in, but also the depth that you're increasingly in search for. I wish you all the best in your journey. I can't wait to hear more of your music.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wonderful musician there, Mishy Kope, and joining us on our conversation today. Very wonderful to see artists taking the lineage, the heritage of where they come from, and actually taking that forward. We've got so much heritage, we've got so much richness, color on the African continent, and it's great to see a new generation taking hold of that with pride.
I love that. Well, we wrap up with that song, Sana Lam by Mishy Kope, taking us to 11:30 Central Africa time. It's time for our latest news with sports. Musibudi Makura is standing by.